Dozens of policemen and rioters have been injured, and
Violence and clashes over race, a familiar sight in the fight for civil rights led by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. 50 years after his assassination on a Memphis balcony, civil rights leaders fear America's racial divide is growing wider.
Things have gotten better in some sense, but in another sense, they haven't. When I think about what happened in Charlottesville, that we would have these many people who hated folk based upon the color of their skin.
You had a group on one side that was bad, and you had a group on the other side that was also very violent. And nobody wants to say that, but I'll say it right now. You had a group on the other side that came charging in without a permit, and they were very, very violent.
When I heard Mr. Trump say there are good people, some good people on both sides, and saw the violence in Charlottesville, it made me cry. I really cried. Well, I thought that was part of our dark past, that I would never ever witness something like that again.
Lifelong civil rights advocate John Lewis marched with King in Selma, but now he worries that rhetoric from the White House has made way for renewed and very blatant racism.
It's all about the heritage in the South.
Bishop E. Lynn Brown, who also fought for civil rights alongside King, agrees.
I attribute that to the climate that our president created. It was there all the time, but because of the articulation and movement of Dr. Martin Luther King, they were afraid to show their ugly heads in a prominent way. Now, Trump has given them a voice and created a climate where they are not afraid to show their ugly head.
Number one.
Trump has repeatedly said he's looking out for minorities, touting low unemployment numbers for African Americans and declaring himself above racism.
Racism, the least racist person.
But activists point to Trump taking sides with law enforcement and calling the Black Lives Matter movement divisive.
We still have work to do because there are forces in America, in our society at large, that want to take us back to another time, to another place, and we have to say we've come too far. We're not going back.